to Dave's point, it was revealed that Hillary Clinton's tax returns that 98% of all money that Hillary Clinton gave to charity was to the Clinton Foundation, and we all know how crooked that foundation is. So it's not as if Hillary lives in a glass house in this instance.
So I spoke with Trump spokesperson Katrina Pearson about this topic of Mr. Trump releasing his tax returns. In our new newscast, here's a clip from that.
This really has become much of a novelty in presidential campaigns. It just really shows how much
What has become a novelty?
how much money
What has become a novelty? Katrina, what has become a novelty?
just simply releasing tax returns because
It's been going on since the 1970s. It's now a tradition, not a novelty. The voters want to know, and especially with
it's a novelty tradition.
So, John, I mean, does Katrina Pearson have a point? This is a novelty, and perhaps it's not as important as everybody's making it out to be, even though it's been a tradition since the 70s?
Yeah, I don't think novelty is the word I use to describe it. I think it is important, and we're probably going to find that, guess what? Mr. Trump is rich. Guess what? He used tax exemptions that real estate developers use. I think he needs to release those, certainly before Election Day, but there's going to be no big gotcha moment. Look, he said he's underpaid, and I understand and respect the position at this point. There's no law that requires him, or any candidate for that matter, to release their returns.
I'm sorry, repeat the last thing you said? I didn't hear you.
There's no law that requires any presidential candidate to release their returns. I don't think there's going to be any smoking gun there. When his audit is complete, I'm sure he'll release his returns.
All right, so John, you hear Dave's take on that. As you know, Mr. Trump promised a year ago that he would release his tax returns. He still hasn't done so. That's why we're talking about this. Everything that Mr. Trump has done thus far in this campaign has been unconventional. So can Donald Trump win the race for the White House without releasing his tax returns?
Well, what he's doing right now is working.
I started out asking Dave.
Yeah, right. Right now, the challenge that Donald Trump has is he's losing in 11 of the 12 battleground states. 6 of those states, he's losing by double digits. So if the election were held today or tomorrow, Donald Trump would lose the race. Hillary Clinton would far surpass the 270 electoral college vote threshold that she needs to become the 45th commander-in-chief. And so I think that's the challenge, is what he's doing right now clearly isn't working. His untrustworthy numbers are skyrocketing. Voters are increasingly being turned off by the outrageous, salacious comments that he's made.
Yahoo!
The Second Amendment's, folks basically saying, indicating that Hillary Clinton perhaps should be assassinated, going after the Khan family, going after Judge Curiel. These strategies are not working, and they're leading to Donald Trump sort of taking a nosedive in the polls.
John, let me give you the last word, please. Go ahead.
Dave's right. Trump needs to get back on message, obviously, talking about the economy, but focusing on, look, Hillary Clinton lives in a glass house, like I've said. The fact is, news on the Clinton Foundation came out today. These
293 more miles.
Allegations, quite frankly, only feed into the fact that it explains why a Wall Street company would pay over $200,000 for a speech, especially peaking in 2014 when it looked like she was going to then become the presumptive Democratic nominee who can then sell favors in the White House.
John Thomas, Dave Jacobson, I have to leave it there. I thank you both.
Many thanks.
Well, sadly, there is
down here, are we gonna go right by the casino and slow down and everything? But off here on the right is construction for the freeway. They had some of the bridges and stuff put in already. This used to be the road they would take down to work on the Hoover Dam. It's probably nicer now than it was then. The railroad that used to go to the Hoover Dam for all the supplies right here, Railroad Pass Casino. Not many times on this road.
Keep to the right on US 95 South, search right.
Available meals include sweet chili chicken with Tinkerbell peppers, green beans, and jasmine rice, as well as spiced steak and tomato avocado salad with creamy cone cabbage and red onion slaw. New recipes are created each week by Blue Apron's culinary team and are not repeated within a year. Customize your recipes each week based on your preferences. Choose delivery options to fit your needs. There's no weekly commitment. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/news. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/news. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Because you can't hear a smile over the radio, the only way to understand the joy of owning a Lexus is to drive one. At the Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get great offers on Lexus luxury models. Now through September 5th, lease the 2016 ES350 for $329 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Call 1-800-USA-LEXUS for important lease offer and pricing details. Not all customers will qualify. Offer ends September 6th, 2016.
Coming down here with that freeway.
Heavy fighting today in northwest Syria.
This is all more construction for the new highway. Cool.
Forces and rebel groups have killed dozens of people. The two sides fighting over the city of Aleppo. Russian airstrikes pounding a nearby province where many people had fled to escape the violence. Joining me now is Ambassador Dennis Ross, a former special Middle East coordinator, a Fox News foreign affairs analyst, and the author of Doomed to Succeed, the U.S.-Israeli relationship from Truman to Obama. Ambassador Ross, good to have you.
Nice to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you. We first start here. Is the victory over ISIS in Manbij a good news, bad news scenario?
It is a good news scenario as it relates to ISIS because Manbij is a critical strategic access point getting to Raqqa, which is the self-declared capital of the Islamic State. And it's a key point of access between that and getting to Turkey. So if you're going to get fighters coming in from the outside trying to join the Islamic State or ISIS, they really have to go through there. Most of the other access points have been cut off. So taking Manbij actually is quite significant in terms of increasingly choking off the capital of the Islamic State, increasingly choking off not only their access for people, but also I think their resources. It's not great news in terms of the larger stories that relate to Syria, because the larger stories that relate to Syria is really focused much more on Aleppo, and there the you see the other side of this. There are really two wars going on in Syria. One is the war that we're fighting against the Islamic State or ISIS, which we have to fight. The other is a war that is between Assad and the vast majority of the Syrian people. The problem is, so long as Assad is there, he will end up being a kind of recruiting tool for ISIS. So you can defeat ISIS in Raqqa, but it doesn't mean you're going to be able to defeat ISIS if you still have Assad, who really represents a magnet for so many of the people who are going to join the Islamic State.
And how is that President Assad is a magnet for that type of character?
Because in effect what Assad has done is he's engaged in a war on the Sunnis. He represents a regime, really a set of minorities. He's an Alawi. The Alawis represent about 12% of the state. He really turned what was a reform movement into a sectarian war. And it's pretty much seen by most Sunnis as a war on Sunnis, and ISIS tries to present itself as the protector of the Sunnis. So long as there's an onslaught against Sunnis, it actually plays to part of the ISIS narrative. We can defeat ISIS on the battlefield, and in fact we are. Ultimately, we need Sunnis to join with us to discredit them. Ultimately, we need Sunnis to take their place so that we don't get son of ISIS even when ISIS is defeated.
And how does Russia factor in?
Vladimir Putin basically made a decision that he was going to ensure the survival of the Assad regime. When they intervened last fall, it was at a point where the Assad regime was actually teetering. The critical heartland or homeland of the Alawis in Syria was in fact under assault, under siege, and the Russians intervened at a point where they really thought the regime might not survive. He has intervened. He hasn't used tremendous amounts of force, but the Russians have used the kind of force that has changed the balance of power on the ground, at least as it relates to the regime, and it probably adds to the potential for the partition of Syria itself. But here again, what you see Putin doing is making it clear that that regime is important to the Russians and sending a message that those who think that Russia doesn't stand by its friends, it actually does, and it can change the balance of power in a way that makes it an arbiter of what's going to happen within Syria.
Okay, well, there's more questions that I have, which would be how does the U.S. communicate with Russia on this, specifically President Putin, but unfortunately, Ambassador Ross is out of time for now, so I ask if you would come back and we can just discuss that further later. Yes?
I'd be happy to do it.
Thank you, sir.
Well, meanwhile, Hillary and the emails. Will we soon know what she told the FBI? But the Bureau has reportedly just promised to members of Congress what that could mean for Mrs. Clinton's campaign with 85 days to go.
Wow, this is Kenny Chesney. I've had a lot of people ask me if I could describe No Shoes Radio, and the best way is this. No shoes.
Radio on Sirius XM Channel 57
And Sirius XM app. If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some urgent news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from PBS host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we're about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-885-1717 now to get your personalized copy rushed to you today. Do you want to avoid mistakes baby boomers and seniors can make when they buy annuities? Those mistakes now could be costly later to you and your family. Call 800-885-1717. That's 800-885-1717. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Attention, small business owners. Have you taken a business cash advance that is destroying your cash flow? Struggling with high daily payments?
Here's the 11 lines from the Hoover Dam.
Don't let your cash flow get swallowed up by business cash advances. There is a path out. CreditorRelief.com has settled and restructured millions of
$500 in business cash advances. Now let them help you reduce your payments by as much as 50%. Business cash advance, equipment leases, business credit cards, creditorrelief.com can help.
Hi, I'm Rob Walsh, the former Small Business Services Commissioner for the City of New York. Cash flow is key to running a business. Why lose everything to high debt payments? CreditorRelief.com can help lower those payments so you can go back to focusing on what's most important, your business.
Don't let business cash advances ruin your business. Call CreditorRelief.com at 800-550-3200. 800-550-3200. CreditorRelief.com. 800-550-3200. Are you interested in satisfaction that's measured in decades rather than minutes? Are you willing to spend a couple $100 per month to achieve that satisfaction? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider. Big Lou's conscientious of the problem that many men his age have: not enough life insurance. If you're 50 or 60 years old in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost $200 to $300 per month. Big Lou may even have a solution for your previous policies as well. There's no reason to continue suffering the embarrassment of poor policy performance. Go ahead and show her what you're made of with a new $1 million policy. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-560-0301. 800-560-0301. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Because he's like you. He's been in need of a policy enhancement too. Call 800-560-0301.